Today, for our word study lesson, we're going to do some sorting of some words.
We have developed this word study system, and the goal of it is to help children learn how words work.
Okay, and I've got all these words sorted. Okay, now I need people to quietly raise their hand.
Research shows that young children benefit from looking directly at letters and sounds and words.
In your bag, there are 5 different word families with different words that belong
Most children
to each word family.
need explicit instruction. And so we thought it was necessary to carve out this time, because even though we do want to embed phonics and word study instruction in reading and writing, that's essential, we wanted at the same time to devote a short period of time to the direct study of this essential element. Today, we're going to be thinking about the sound that 2 letters make when they go together. The lessons that we've designed are meant to be daily. However, this does not mean that these lessons take a great deal of time. Do you see those 2 letters together a lot?
Yes.
Do you know what sound they make? They're designed to be very focused. Every lesson focuses on 1 or 2 important principles so that children are intensifying their attention to that principle and then applying it.
When they come in the morning, they have independent reading, and they each have their own bag of guided reading books that they have read previously during their guided reading time. So it's familiar reading to really help them with their fluency and to get more comfortable with the strategies. Good for you. You know what, Tyra? I really like that you're reading with your finger. Good job. Keep that going. I try to go around and conference 3 to 4 children each morning, and that lasts around 15 minutes. Okay. Read with your fingers. And then we go back for shared reading, and I do a poem and a big book, Mom and Dad. And then we went into guided reading, and I really like to have shared reading ahead of my guided reading, because I really like to see the children understand that what we're doing in shared reading with a higher level of support, we can transfer into the guided reading where it's still with my help, the prompting, but I want them to associate why we're doing what we're doing in the whole group during shared reading. Work on reading it like we're talking, just like we did back there in shared reading. So listen as I read this. Omari, listen. Then after guided reading, I have my interactive read aloud, which I like to have there because then that just leads into interactive writing, because I like to immerse them in lots of good literature, and then hopefully their interactive writing will be based on what we've been reading. So I just think that's a nice lead-in. And then I go into Writer's Workshop. Okay, boys and girls, for Writer's Workshop, we have been talking about saying our words slowly. I like that sequence because then what we've done in interactive writing with the high level support, then I like to talk about how what we're doing here with interactive writing will help them with their own writing during Writer's Workshop. Okay. Now, can we add to this story, Michaela? We sure can. I want to know, what did your mom do outside?
My name is Kristen Langdon, and I teach first grade at Burnham Elementary, and it is my 2nd year teaching. Since the second week of school, well, from the first week of school, I've been implementing the language and literacy program and the different components of that. I think we started centers maybe the 2nd or 3rd week of school, and just from my experience last year, I knew it was going to be important for me to start those early in the year to get the kids into that routine, because to be honest with you, I didn't do centers last year, and it was really hard sometimes to do guided reading when the kids were out there for an hour and just to give them task after task. So I started that early, and it has been working really well. They read the workboard. I had to teach them how to read the workboard. I mean, everything from moving around the classroom, putting the materials away, how to talk at each center and use a quiet voice. So I think that it was about 2 or 3 weeks that I didn't even do guided reading. I just walked around and
Hey, are you guys
made
all
sure they were
working on
doing what they
something?
were supposed to be doing at each center, and you know, made
have
sure
this
that
book
things were
over
going
here
smoothly
because
with reading the
you're-
workboard and transitioning from one to another. Okay, now make sure, try not to get it real messy, okay? So then we started guided reading, I would say
You should be doing what
2
you're supposed
or
to be doing.
3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's going really well. You know, like I said last year, I didn't start it until after Christmas. And I just think it's going to be so much more beneficial for these kids, and I've already can tell how much they're learning from being able to work in that small group with them and not, you know, worrying about what the kids are doing sitting at their desk. And my kids are working pretty good independently. I mean, they're quiet and they're handing work in, and it looks like they're doing some good stuff.